Hey guys, welcome to Ask Adwords. I'm Alex.
And I'm Joe.
Going to answer a few more questions. If you want us to answer your questions in upcoming episodes, send us a question over social media using the hashtag AskAdwords, or just leave a question in this video and we'll get to it in future episodes. Our first question this week comes in from Miles, who asks, how is cost per click decided? I'm trying to figure out how much I'm going to spend.
Great. So when you go into an account, you are going to set up a max cost per click. However, that's not the only factor that goes into the amount that you actually spend on a click. Your quality score is another big factor, the expected relevance of your ad extensions, as well as what your competitors actually bid and their quality score and the expected impact of their ad extensions as well. So many factors that go into it. Al can talk a little bit more about the ad rank process.
Totally. So when there's an auction that occurs, when you're eligible for an auction, the system combines those factors, quality score, extensions, your max CPC, which is your bid, and then it comes up with an aggregate number, which is called an ad rank. Your ad rank, which is a combination of all those factors, is compared to your competition.
Mm-hmm.
The system then decides which ads are going to show and then in what order. When your ad shows, you get an impression. When you get a click, you actually only pay 1 cent more than what was necessary to get as high as possible based off of the ad rank. And you can actually see what you're paying on average in the average CPC column. So you have a max CPC column, that's your bid. The average CPC column is for your clicks, what have you actually been paying on average? A lot of times that's going to be lower than what you've been paying for the max.
It's always going to be, it could be equal to, but it'll always at least be lower.
Yeah, it's not going to be
higher.
Yeah, well, unless you're looking at a really long date range and you've been toggling your bids up and down.
Good call.
There you go.
Excellent. The next question comes from a Twitter user, and it reads, what are tools you'd recommend for keyword research?
Okay, so keyword research, definitely check out the tools tab at the top of your page. Go to the keyword planner, a lot of cool functionality there. You can do research for keywords based off of your topic that you're advertising on. You can even put in a list of keywords, potential bids, your potential budget, your location. It will give you this nice graph that you can play around with to determine what you could expect. If you're looking for other keyword ideas, again, there's an option for that in the keyword planner. Google Trends, another great resource to use. If you're brand new to AdWords, you're just getting started out, honestly what I generally tell people is don't be too concerned about what's the most popular search, what's the most impressions, the most clicks, that type of thing. You want to be concerned with relevancy. Mm-hmm. You're going to get your best return on investment when you're focused on a pretty tightly themed list of highly relevant keywords, generally about 2 to 4 words long, rule of thumb. So think about what your business does. Then think of 2 to 4 word phrases that are aligned with what you do. And then make a list of about 5 to 15, 20 of them, put them in as your starting keywords, and then check how they perform. And as you grow, as you expand, use the tools I just referenced to get some more ideas.
Excellent.
Last question comes in from a Twitter user who asks, I have a high bounce rate for my site visitors from AdWords. How can I improve this?
Great. So bounce rate is basically defined as the percentage of people that visit your site, have no other interactions, and then leave. So if you have a 95% bounce rate, that's terrible. It means everyone is leaving your site. If you have a 5% bounce rate, that means you have a very interactive site. A lot of people are using it. So if you have a high bounce rate for all of your sources, that tells you that your website is not actually set up correctly. However, if it's just for AdWords, that actually says that there's something going on with AdWords. You're not bringing the right people to your site. So you need to look into optimizing. Do you have the right ad text? Are you using the right keywords? Are you bringing in the right people for location settings? There's a lot of different factors that you can look into in your AdWords account to try to improve.
Yeah, basically it means the people that are seeing your ad and clicking on it are not finding the landing page relevant. So your targeting is probably off. You're not targeting the right people if they don't find your landing page relevant. So tighten up those keywords, make them more specific, more relevant. Tighten up display targeting if you're running on the display network, and then check all the other things like am I targeting the right area, that type of stuff. So yeah, coming from AdWords, maybe even give us a call and we'll do a little bit of optimization. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much for watching this Ask AdWords episode. If you have future questions, please feel free to use the hashtag AskAdwords on any social media site. We'll find it and maybe put it on the show. Have a good one.
Bye guys. Really good question. So a conversion in this context is a sale or something that you want the user to do when they click on your ads.
Show on any sort of subdomain, unless that subdomain doesn't have the ability to actually show ads on the website interface. But again, in general, if it's going to show on example.com, it will be able to show on all.
The technique that Joe just outlined. So if you did want to go through